When kings and rulers in the Bible mock God, his prophets or the Messiah, it frequently resulted in severe judgment, military defeat, or tragic ends. The Bible strictly warns that mocking God has consequences. Do not be deceived. God is not mocked, for whatever one sows that will he also reap. Galatians chapter 6 verse 7. Scriptures detail 7 kings and leaders who engage in mocking downfalls. O King Belshazzar mocked God's sacred vessels during a massive feast. The Babylonian king Belshazzar ordered the sacred gold and silver cups from the Jerusalem temple to be brought out, so he, his wives, and his nobles could mockingly drink wine from them to praise their own pagan idols. That very night, a mysterious hand wrote a judgment on the wall, and Belshazzar was slain. The kingdom was immediately overrun and divided by the Medes and Persians, says Daniel chapter 5 verse 1 through 30. King Herod Antipas mocked Jesus when Jesus was sent to King Herod for trial prior to the crucifixion. Herod and his soldiers treated Jesus with utter contempt. They mocked him by dressing him in a gorgeous royal robe and ridiculing his claim as a king before sending him back to Pilate. Herod's reign ultimately ended in disgrace. Historical and biblical accounts show that he was stripped of his authority, accused of treason by his nephew, and sent into permanent exile in Gaul by the Roman Emperor Caligula.
King Sennacherib of Assyria
mocked the living God through his messengers. His foreign kings sent letters and speeches fiercely mocking the God of Israel, claiming the Lord was no different than the wood and the stone idols of the nations he had already conquered, says 2 Chronicles chapter 32 verse 9 through 19. King Hezekiah prayed for deliverance, and in response the angel of the Lord struck down 185,000 Assyrian soldiers in the camp overnight. Sennacherib retreated to Nineveh ashamed and was later assassinated by his own sons, as written in Isaiah chapter 37 verse 1 through 38. King Ahaziah of Israel mocked God's prophet. When King Ahaziah fell ill, he sent messengers to consult a false foreign god. When Elijah the prophet intercepted the messengers to deliver a warning of impending death, the king mockingly sent armed captains and soldiers to arrest Elijah. To 2 Kings chapter 1 verse 1 through 9. 2 Kings chapter 1 verse 1 through 9. 2 Kings chapter 1 verse 1 through 9. The first two captains in their 50s demanded Elijah calm down. As a result of their arrogant mocking and defiance, fire came down from heaven and consumed them. King Ahaziah died shortly after, exactly as the prophet had declared. The overarching fate of those who mock Proverbs states, surely he scorns the scorners, but he gives grace to the lowly, reading Proverbs chapter 3 verse 34. For a deeper look into the spiritual reality of belittling divine authority, consider reading Galatians 6 and Daniel 5.